Hello, this is Math Models, topic 2-6. We're just reviewing Venn diagrams. So first off, let's define a Venn diagram. A Venn diagram is used to show relationships between groups. And so we have three basic types of Venn diagrams, groups that don't overlap. So R is every Ford truck that they ever made. Well, A could be our Ford Rangers, and B could be our Ford F-150s. These are two different models of truck that Ford makes, and so there's no overlap here. You either have a Ford Ranger, or you have a Ford F-150, or you have some other type of Ford truck, which would be out here. Now let's talk about groups that do overlap. Okay? And so we have AMC athletes. Well, AMC is just a school. That's the letters for their school. They have athletes. And so A could be our football players. And B could be our baseball players. Okay? Because you have people who play football and don't play baseball. You have people who play baseball and don't play football. But you have this group in the middle that does both. And then we have, in a Venn diagram, where one group is part of another group. And so H is a fruit crop. Okay, so we've got all these different fruits in our fruit crop. And let's call A tropical fruits. Okay, so A is all of our fruits that we consider tropical. And B could be our pineapples. Okay, well, pineapple is a tropical fruit, but there are other tropical fruits besides pineapples. For instance, coconuts, and lots of other different tropical fruits. Let's see if we can go ahead and put some Venn diagrams into practice. So here we've got a Venn diagram, and it tells us that A is students who wear sweaters. And B is students wearing blue sweaters. And on the outside are just people who are in the class. Well, Janice is in the class and she's wearing a blue sweater, and so Janice is in group B. Well, group B is blue sweaters, so that would be true. Lyle is also wearing a blue sweater, so Lyle would be in group B. Okay, and this says Lyle's in group A. Well, this is also true because B is inside of A. Now, C says that if a student is wearing a sweater, then the student is wearing a blue sweater. Well, that's false, because I could have some student over here who's wearing a red sweater. He's not wearing a blue one, he's wearing a red one. Now if a student is not wearing a sweater, that means that they're out here. They're not wearing a blue sweater. Well, that's obviously true. Okay. You can't wear a blue sweater if you're not wearing one. And E, if a student is not wearing a blue sweater, that means they're not in group B. The student's not wearing a sweater, Well, that's false. Maybe I'm wearing a green sweater. Okay? Or I could be wearing a red sweater or any other kind of sweater. I'm just not wearing blue. I'm still going to be in group A of wearing a sweater. And so that's how we can define true and false statements with Venn diagrams. But now let's go ahead and see if we can start using some numbers. Let's start doing some adding and subtracting. So this says there are 250 people in the 11th grade. Circle S is 160 students who took the state test. Circle N is 180 who took the national test. And 100 took both. Well, when we put numbers into our Venn diagrams, we always want to go with how many are just in this little part. So both tests, there were 100 people, and we put that over here. And now we want to know what to put inside of S. Well, S is everything, so we've got 100 of them here. How many are left out here? Well, that would be 60. Because 100 minus 60, so 160 minus 60 is 100. And so they took only the state test. Now for our national test, I start with 180, subtract the 100 that took the state test also, and I'm left with this circle gets 80. And so the national test only was 80. And now I need to figure out, well, how many took neither test? Well, I need to add these three numbers to figure out how many are in my diagram. So 80, 60, and 100. Well, that would be 240. And there were 250 total. So 250 minus 240 just gives me 10. There are 10 students that didn't take the test for whatever reason. And so most of our students took both tests. A few missed the a few missed the national test. A few more missed the state test. But very few students missed both tests. Let's go ahead and take a look at another Venn diagram. Here, S represents 300 people who we surveyed. N is the ones who were never married. And D is the ones who were divorced. And our first question is it possible for N and D to overlap? Our picture says they don't, but we need a logical reason to explain why. And that's because you have to have been married in order to divorce. You can't be divorced if you've never been married. That's just quite simple. And now let's go ahead and plug in some numbers. 180 people were never married. And the number of people who are married and never divorced is 70. How many were divorced? Well, we started with our 300. So we need to do 180 plus our 70. Gives us 250. And then our 300 minus 250 just gives us 50. We have 50 people who have been divorced out of the 300 who are surveyed. And now we look at example number 4. We have a complex Venn diagram. We have some overlap over here. We have something over here that is not part of that. But I want you to come up with your own problem. So, if you're in my class, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and fill out this on your own. And show me when you come to class tomorrow. Good luck on this assignment. Have a good day.